on the CT side. But TSM, they go for a raid boss on Cajun, but then they still have 3 smokes to play with here. So I'm really curious to see the setup that they're going to go for. Yeah, and there we go. It's looking like it's going to be plant A. Cajun B setting up. That's just a decoy, though. And no, this is a decoy. They're going to fake. They're going to go. They're going to make it look like it's going to be A, and then they're going to have that bomb over here in B halls. They can quickly go back up into Pop Dog if they need to. So, I mean, they can still make this A play happen. But this is the beauty of this new train. There's a lot of options for teams on how to set up, and they haven't even begun to get, like, to crack the depths of this new train and, like, all the fakes that you can go for because of that one central position that 2 of the players are playing from up in Brown Halls. You can get access to the A site from there as well, so you can really try and, like, throw teams for a loop, throw smokes onto the A site, onto the B site, and then they have no real idea where you're coming from because Pop Dog is so close by. You can go A, you can go B, everything can happen very quickly. So Flush is going to be under assault here over on the B site. 4 players just come barreling down lower, straight onto that bomb plant, and they're going to be able to get the plant. Zipnik's pushing very aggressively as well to take out Flusha, and Schneider giving ground, falling back. He's going to have that nade touchdown. No, it just barely misses out on Zipnik, who lives with 3 HP. And look at this, Zipnik's up so close. He's going to take the battle with Schneider and get hunted down, but Dupree is there to return the kill, and it's still man advantage situation here in the hold for TSM. They have taken damage. This could make the difference, and they're trying to wrap around here. They're trying to buddy to get the buddy system going, but Kerrigan holding his own, taking out 1, taking out 2, takes out Crims. That's so big, and Device to pick off Pronax. TSM get the perfect start. 3 players survive, and a bomb plant to boot.
Yeah, 3 players just barely survives. Like 1 shot more, and Kerrigan would have been out of there.
Yeah.
And Device 1 HP. My God, this is a typical map that, you know, we've seen teams like write it off by playing it once because it was so CT sided. But if you've done your homework, it's actually kind of T based, I think. So it's probably gonna be like transparent in this game if they done their homework or not.
I agree, and right now look at this, TSM more of the same, straight out onto the B site, and Flusha and Schneider both getting kills to start. Schneider with that scout, and Flusha up close takes out Dupree. And now Schneider trying to rotate in will get caught. And one good thing here is that Cajun is pushed up very aggressively towards Connector. He's going to try and get up in their face fast, and he gets the headshot onto Pronax. Gets taken out by Crims. That's just fine. 2-on-2 scenario right now in TSM. They have a man holding lower. He could actually get in here. Zipnix is trying to double up with him as well. And then the flank, such a fast flank from JW comes out of nowhere. Sidewinder just takes out Zipnix and Device both.
That was obviously a great eco from Fnatic. Those 2 entries were so quick. And Schneider proving his worth with the sniper as well.
Yeah, he gets that single kill, but that was the man lurking over on that A side. I think he got it from Connector initially. Here we have the replay of JW just running in here, taking out both of these players so quickly. The fact that Zipnix, I mean, they were really expecting the straight up push onto lower there, and the fact that Zipnix gets caught in the side of the head before he can even react is huge. But you're right. I mean, Schneider showing that he is quite capable still with that scout, and picking off the man over on A side early. That was big. Just allows Fnatic to focus on that B side. And now, once again, JW. Oh, I love it, man.
I think we've seen this before.
Old school JW, man. This guy used to just dominate Pop Dog with the Swag 7. Great pop flash, though, and he's going to get caught out. Perfectly done there by Dupree to set that play up. Schneider holding close to Bomb Train, though. Trying to hold his own with this UMP, and it is a good weapon to have, unless he gets shot in the ass, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Dupree is there with the Swag 7 to pick him off. Dupree will fall, however, and it's going to be Zipnix alone in Pop trying to make his way over to that B site fast, but there's already a rotation coming out from Flusha. He's in position to hold the line, and Zip will walk right into him. Flusha, does he hold it? Perfect. Good shots coming out from Zip, keeping the pressure up on Flusha, but wow, Flusha can't actually land the shots, and Zipnix might very well get the plant here. He's holding down, and he gets it just in the nick of time. Very well done there by Zip.
Worth noticing about this map is that there's actually a ladder bug on it. I'm not sure, I haven't experienced it myself, but I've seen like Adrian from Team Liquid do some videos when he's like, if you're on top of the ladder, you can't be headshot.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you can peek everywhere and still be like, I don't know, invincible, I suppose.
That's a bit of a problem. That is a bit of a problem. That might have to get addressed fairly soon here.
I'm not quite sure exactly how it works though, but it seems to be a problem, yeah.
Nice connector smoke going down though. And JW holding up close to Pop Dog once again. Takes the fight straight up with Device and wins it. Does not expect the second man, but he does turn around in time, goes for the shot and gets it. Headshot onto Cajun to shut him out. And it's going to be Zipnix. Gets the flank, handles that. Flusha is gone and Crims as well. Zipnix through the smoke will take out JW, and we're just like that back into a 2-on-2 here. Way too quick. And Schneider, perfect flash, but he still gets the kill. Xyp9x so low HP, not able to win that fight, and it will leave dupreeh in a 1v2. Luckily for him, he's got that bomb. And he's still got a minute left on this clock, so a lot of time for him to play with here. Goes for the smoke down the main alley, so now he's going to be just trying to keep the attention centered on this A site. Schneider, though, might be close enough to alley to be able to react in time. But dupreeh has already started walking. 45 seconds left, and dupreeh hoping to get the backstab in.
This is probably the least probable place he would be. And we can see that on Fnatic not really putting any effort at all on alley.
Yeah, Schneider really trying to figure out where the hell this guy could have gone from. And he's going to be able to find the angle on dupreeh. Just unlucky timing there for dupreeh, essentially. Schneider being very thorough, holding on to that A site. This was fantastic work by Xyp9x, however, to pick up the first man and then to get the shot through the smoke as well onto JW. That was a parting shot as well. Fantastic. 2 HP was left on him, though, so he wasn't able to live through the fight with Schneider, but that's Fnatic just completely locking things out now with 2 players surviving at the end of that round. They did take a hit economically, but TSM are going to be onto pistols here, so a pistol eco round coming out here for TSM.
I love Flusha's choice of weapon. Because all the entrances are so narrow on this side, you can just hold down Mouth 1 with a P90 and just, I don't know, cross your fingers.
Yeah, and JW going for the bait right now. I love to see the old JW mechanics. Unlucky for him, though.
He's shooting at the body. Oh, he gets it.
Oh, my God. And he gets out? No, he doesn't. Cajun hunts him. That was way too close. If that bomb had dropped down Pop Dog, though, that would have been hilarious. That would have been perfect for JW. Pronax will not be able to get the shots onto Kerrigan, though. Kerrigan too fleet-footed. Will be picking up 1 kill. Schneider returns, but then Cajun B doubling it up. That leaves Flusha all by his lonesome here. 1v2. Has no idea that this bomb is making its way over to the B side already. Xyp9x will be in the prime position to get a free plant, essentially. And he'll have the time to set up for an after plant as well. So this is going to get pretty tricky here for Flusha, because the rotation has already come out from Cajun. He spots out Xyp9x. And that's going to leave both remaining members here. He's trying to change it up. Look at that. So fast. He's not going to be fast enough. He goes for the running gun and he gets it. Takes out Xyp9x. But now, does he realize that the second man is on upper right now? He does, and not in time. He does do some good damage to Cajun, but Cajun with the quad kill in the round to save it. And that was a pistol eco as well from TSM, just pointing that out as we get the start of it here. And JW, he gets 2 kills.
I love it that he shoots at the body here. It's like, oh.
That pop flash, though, is really effective. I mean, it's dropping right on JW. That's the second time he's been flashed by it as well, so he's got to be getting a little frustrated there with that. And look at this half buy coming out now from Fnatic. They actually go for an eco op. This is definitely going to be setting them back if they lose this early. Flusha holding very close to Brown Halls, however. Spots the man going past, but will not land the shot. But that does give away the fact that they have an AWP here, Fnatic, and that's going to make TSM a little bit more wary about the situation now. Now they have to wonder, okay, what else do they have? They have an op, but do they have, you know, M4s? Do they have the nades? Nade goes down to block off Device, but that was a little bit too late. Device will pick up that kill onto Pronax, and that's going to be starting things off here for TSM in this crucial round, essentially. Fnatic need to get something big done, but Crims holding by Ali. Little does he know, 2 guys are going to be pushing him very soon here. Flash goes down. He's full flash, but Cajun can't push through. And Cajun will take the fight and win, but he gets tagged down to 50 HP. And now this is where it gets tricky here. Basically, Schneider, nothing he can really do versus 2 guns. He gets overwhelmed. And JW will spot the man. Kerrigan gets caught. He's not able to win the fight versus Xyp9x, however, and that's going to leave Flusha all by his lonesome. And this is the issue with Eco Ops, is that Flusha has to play so passively because he wants to hold on to this gun that he doesn't actually rotate in to help his mates. Will get the kill onto Cajun, easy as you please, and he could get the second one as well. Misses that and loses the gun. So, unfortunate turn of events there for Fnatic. 3-3 the score. Now TSM running it back, and Fnatic after that force, they are back in the gutter. They've got no money.
And this is a perfect opportunity for TSM to just run away with it. See Kerrigan going with the Mac. Like you said, a good choice on that eco nowadays.
Yeah, man. Oh, Kerrigan's, he seems to be partial to the SMGs, to the pistols. I'm surprised that he goes to the Mac because he's also so effective with the Tech 9. He's definitely one of the stronger Tech 9 players out there right now. So, going for that Mac 10, but then it allows him to be a bit aggressive as well. He has that Mac 10, so he doesn't have to worry about losing big, giving the opponents a rifle. Mac 10 could be easily handled. Xyp9x is close behind them, though. 4 players out onto that B side. Very quick there. And Schneider putting some shots through. He might be able to get in here. Does he manage to infiltrate? Now he gets caught on the edge. Kerrigan spots him, but the Wonder Child is there to take Kerrigan out in turn. Now Dupree, easy timing there, picks off Pronax, and Cajun will find JW at range. Nicely done there by TSM, only losing the 2 players. Pretty decent eco, though, for Fnatic, all things considered, when they hard ecoed pretty much.
Yeah, now we see them buy. They can't really afford it all, but yeah, only 1 helmet, but it doesn't really matter against AKs and Ops.
No, you're right. AKs and Ops, I mean, if you have the helmet, the AK will kill you outright anyway, even if you have it, so...
Yeah. At least they have 5 smokes, that's crucial on this map, I think. Well, on any map, I guess.
Well, any map is CT, yes. Nades are so important. So far, pretty tricky here for Fnatic. They are giving TSM quite a few rounds to work with. But TSM, once again, slow play. JW, not going to be too aggro. He might try and think about working his way into pop, but look at Pronax. He's pushed all the way out Ivy, and Cajun B gets caught completely unawares there. That was painful for Cajun. And now JW, he's occupying Pop Dog. So this is where it gets a little tricky here for TSM. Kerrigan has been left behind, so he could try and set up some nades here to make it look like they want to go to the A site. But he decides to back off, and they're going to try and go and force essentially onto this B site. They're going to have 4 players alive, and there's the entry kill device to take out Crims, who was out in the open there. 4-on-4 situation now, and it is going to get kind of tricky, although JW does catch Kerrigan in his customary position here. Once again, when will TSM learn that this guy, he's just going to keep playing this spot? Old train, just like the new JW, he loves to play up close like that. He's one of the best players in the world at playing close quarters.
Yeah, the pop dog hasn't changed that much. It's more the when you rotate back, it can be really hard, and this is just great from JW.
Yeah, very fast. Straight up pop, that's the beauty of it. You can stop that entrance onto the A site, but you can also be very quick into the back lines of TSM if they elect to go B site. Dupree not winning that fight versus JW as well with 10 seconds left on the clock, and 4 players staying alive here in this crucial round for Fnatic. So fantastic work on their side, and a 4-4 scoreline now.
And JW, 12 kills with his teammates, just, yeah, his teammates being up on 18 together. So he still needs to get some kills to shine more, like, you know, when the typical Kenny-esque kind of shine. When you have more kills than your teammates combined.
Still one of my favorite maps. So the last time I saw him, or not the last time that we saw Fnatic on Old Train, but it was when Schneider and JW were both like really on fire, really on point. We turned it into a competition, like who's gonna win. Time wait with Schneider, and of course, you know, Anders, the eternal fanboy, went with JW.
So you won?
No, dude, Schneider lost by like 2 frags. I was so sad.
Oh.
But it just goes to show that like Fnatic for a long period of time were actually probably the most dominant team on Train. Didn't matter. Like Na'Vi, they said now Train was like their favorite map, but Fnatic, they found the way right before DreamHack Winter as well. Right before it was the timing is perfect. Right before DreamHack Winter, they were the ones to show up and show this ultra aggressive style, this total lack of respect for their opponents, for their CT when their opponents were on the CT side. And they just outright dominated teams on this map. They would get so many rounds. They would get like 6 or 7 rounds on T side, which just made it like ridiculous. How do you deal with that afterwards if you're the one receiving that kind of beating?
Yeah, and I remember Virtus Pro being really strong on this map, and they actually got eliminated, I think, from Copenhagen Games, from Epsilon, the same team that went to Fnatic later on, when they were still like accused of being onliners. Oh,
right, when Fnatic were still like way before, when it was like Berg and Devil Walk and
yeah,
man. I remember that Copenhagen. I was there. I wasn't, dude. I was doing like live reporting for Fragbite over there too.
Yeah, you probably were.
That's right. That's right. Really good times actually. I think it was like Threat. I can't remember who was in the studio for Fragbite at the time, but I was talking to people. And I was just like, oh, the energy, it's electric. Because I was standing behind Berry Games at the time, and like Berry Games, I was just like, you know, kissing the ground that Existence walked on. And I was like, oh my god, there goes Existence.
That was the event where NiP won the grand final against Western Wolves.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it was like 3 in the morning or something.
Yeah, that was probably the first grand final of CSGO, like international level, where it wasn't NiP against Very Games in the grand final.
And it wasn't NiP against Very Games, but it also wasn't a stomp either. Like NiP had to fight for that final. That was a very good Western Wolves. That was with Nico back in the day, with Western Wolves still on Nico. So
Nico, Pimp, MSL, Grave, and Nille.
Oh yeah, damn. Well, that was like 2-3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Shots, Mo shots, and a good eco for TSM, succeeding in getting a bomb plant. Only going to get the 1 kill on the JW, and they save his op as well, so it's not going to be the end of the world for Fnatic. TSM should be fairly pleased with that. Oh, you can hear the new knife sound there as well. That really threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
after this update.
I always think it's like a vote, like pause vote, you know?
Yeah.
It really sounds the same. I think that's one of the typical things that you're more annoyed over the fact that they changed it above changing like important things more than you actually annoyed with the sound. Like you don't really care about the sound. It's just the fact that they changed it that annoys you because there wasn't anything wrong with the old sound.
Well, yeah, there wasn't anything wrong with the old sound, and this one's like more invasive. Like it's a higher pitch, so I'm just like, eh. Every time. Now I'm afraid to like knife anything at all. All right, Device to open things up at Alley, and look at that lurk by Pronax with the Tech 9 up close. How he manages to, well, stay alive essentially as well. JW down to 1 HP, having to play this very carefully indeed.
They're missing everything.
Yeah, I can't believe that Pronax makes it out of there. JW will get caught, however, Dupree having pushed through T main essentially onto the A site. Pronax still holds his own, stopping that flank cold, and now he just decides to start going for the chain flashes, looks for a way out, and he just barely manages it. Kerrigan steps out into the open, and Pronax spots him. Cannot win that fight, however. Still 2 kills for Pronax, not too shabby this round. Comes down to Schneider now, long range, locks on, picks up 1 kill, and now it's into a 2-on-2. Getting pretty close here as Device holds his angle, patiently taking out Schneider, but Flusha, look at Flusha's position. Flusha, don't give it away. You don't need to do anything crazy. You just got to play it patient. Now he spots out both, and that's, yeah, there's no way back, no way out for him there. Guaranteed death, doom, demise. I would have loved pick up a 5th round.
I would have loved if he was just hiding out until the bomb plant, just hoping that they were planning towards him. I don't know why they would though, but maybe he could see ahead or something.
Or do we get shots? Yeah, we get shots. Actually, a great buy coming out from Fnatic, all things considered. JW though, he did not have enough money for the AWP, so he's going to be a little bit miffed about that. But very fast early smoke going down to block off T main. That's not going to stop Dupree from charging through. And he doesn't spot JW. I think he did spot JW go into Pop Dog, so he has that info. His team, however, they've gathered out 3 outside of Alley. And yeah, look at this. Now Dupree's like, okay, where are you, Jay? Where are you, J-Dubs? And J-Dubs is still just patiently waiting. There you go. Free kill for Dupree as he picks off the first man. And now JW's going to be coming back through Pop. Could get a free kill here, however. It doesn't look like Dupree is aware that he's back there right now. Could look to cut things in half. Dupree gets flashed, still holding his ground very close to the bomb train on this A site. Picks out Flusha, goes for the 3rd, and he's gonna get it. Takes out Pronax, and will finally get caught in the back by JW, who just then goes on to take out Device through the smoke. This man is incredible. He's hunting him down, taking the fights, but Kerrigan will live. And Schneider now the last man alive here, 1v3. One thing that he has going for him, well, he had the element of surprise, but now he's been spotted. And he decides to take the fight. You can't wallbang through electric. You can't wallbang through this box that he's hiding behind. So he has that going for him. And they only have 2 flash nades, but Cajun up on the train will catch him trying to change up the angle. And 6-6 will be the score now in the 12th round of this first half. TSM getting quite a few T rounds, actually, all things considered.
Yeah, what a great round from Dupree. And he was so lurky. Even though he was like in the center of the whole game, of the whole map, he was still somewhat lurking.
But then he was like, I'm a ninja. I got claws, man. He just comes out of nowhere. He's just like, bam, headshot, headshot.
Boom, headshot.
Yeah, man. What was that, Godfrag?
The what? The boom headshot?
Boom headshot. Who was that? Was that Godfrag?
Pure Ownage.
Pure Ownage, that's right.
It was FPS Doug.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
He's crazy.
The way you say that, though, he's crazy.
Yeah. Whoop. Surprise, surprise, JW. He gets out of there alive.
Here we go. Well, Kerrigan holds his own, takes out Schneider, and gets his double kill, actually, taking out Crims as well with that Mag 10. Farm that money, Kerrigan. Farm that money. Pay off that. He's already paid off the Mag 10, no problem. JW cannot readjust his aim, however, and up close Device will find that kill. That sets it up for a B take fairly easily here for TSM in this anti-eco round. Pronax the last man alive here for Fnatic with the USP in hand. He's swapped out for a Deagle. And whoa, he stops cold. Did he hear the steps from Kerrigan? Had a bit of a sixth sense moment there. Sixth sense works as well. Yep, expected. Dupree not having any of that, not letting him save either. So 7 rounds now for TSM. This is a fantastic half, as far as they're concerned. Now they just need to keep the pressure up. They just need to keep locking it down. With 7 rounds on T side, it's exceptional.
it's so hard to know if 7 rounds is... Well, obviously it's good either way, but it's so hard to know if it's enough.
Well, that's
because we don't know what Fnatic's T side is like.
We don't know what Fnatic's T side is like, but I guess going off of like the limited pool of like the times that this map has been played right now, it seems to be still a very T-sided map. So, or CT-sided map. My mistake. CT-sided map. Depending on whether teams have set up strategies. But right now, TSM, they're showing that they're pretty comfortable on the map right now, taking a lot of these fights and winning outright. They haven't once gone for like a full-on smoke execute onto the A site using the old smokes either. So it's just like they're willing to run in, take these fights, win these duels, and so far it's going pretty well for him as Flusha. I say that, he takes out Kerrigan. They line up for him as well, but Xyp9x will win that fight with the help of Device. Long-range spray there by Pronax, all 20 bullets, and he drops Cajun down to 2 HP, who then, well, opens it up for Xyp9x to kill off Pronax with a nade. That leaves JW alone. Bomb ticking. And Pop Flash not going to be effective. We'll get the kill onto Xyp9x rather. But then Device is waiting literally right beneath him. This is a bit of a dangerous angle though for Device. Or not. Perfect. Perfectly done there by Device holding that angle. And JW gets picked out of the sky.
Yeah, we're probably going to see this go to 9-6 unless Fnatic does something crazy. What are you gonna buy, JW? A CZ armor.
I can go with that. 15th round of this first half. 8-6 the score. TSM in the lead by 2. And right now, Cajun B already scoped up, takes the shot and wins it. Takes out Crims right off the bat. Schneider taking quite a bit of damage as well, down to half HP on that FAMAS. But it's going to be Pronax holding an alley, at least taking 1 kill there, bringing it back to a 3-on-3 with the help of Schneider. So Fnatic showing that the defense will stand, will hold for the time being at least. The smoke is about to clear though, and perfect time for JW to rush forward. And he's like, thanks man, I couldn't afford to get one of my own. I'll just borrow yours. Takes that AWP and runs with it. Doesn't mean that everything is roses. Device will take out Flusha. That's going to leave us in a 2-on-2 with the bomb about to get planted on this B site. Device goes for a bit of a different take on things as well. Doesn't go for the standard. More out in the open. So we'll see if Xyp9x can change up his position to be able to cover that better. JW coming in from lower. He's actually going to try and go for the straight up rush with the CZ, and Device was so low on HP, could not weather the storm, essentially. Xyp9x, though, that one shot pretty much cost him. Although Schneider kind of bumbles it as well. This is getting tricky. He managed to draw the attention and split his attention 2 ways and get the kill in the end, but...
What was he shooting at?
I have no
Xyp9x?
idea. Yeah, I have no idea. That's a big shot. That gives up his position perfectly.
Talk about wasting. Like, wasted ammo.
Yeah.
And wasted opportunity. But okay, so 8-7 to TSM. Like you said, we should probably consider this being a great half from them.
Yes.
But what you got, Fnatic? One smoke on Pronax. Yeah, they're gonna do this with 1 smoke, and it's probably just gonna be a simple semi-YOLO push.
Well, oh, careful here. Pistol round. Now Fnatic, what do they got here? Pronax is going for a bit of a Dupree, trying to lurk his way into the defense, and he's going to be able to take out Kerrigan. And starts things off strong. He's got his USP as well now to use. 2 players holding at the back line for TSM, however, on this A site, and 1 in connector, but they're all out of position when the bomb goes onto that B site. Great nade from Xyp9x, though. Straight up touchdown onto Schneider. Stops that bomb from getting planted. Buys a couple seconds time for Cajun to go for the lurk, except that he completely messes it up. Loses that battle. Instead, it's now into a 2-on-3. Xyp9x, Dupree, and Device. Still closing in on the site, and Flusha swaps over to the burst fire. Takes that fight, and he's not going to win it. Dupree is there, and Pronax gives away his position on upper. Needed to get a kill pretty quickly there, and it's just not meant to be this time. They decide to take the fight straight, and they're going to run right at him. Knife comes out, and Pronax... Are you really not going to go for the counter knife?
There's no killing in this round. So first we see Cajun whiffing around with the USP. And then we see this. No one is killing each other. That's weird.
Yes, that is weird. I can't believe that Device actually lives. And well, That definitely puts TSM in the driver's seat here. Another pistol round win for them. They've got the players alive. They've got the rifles as well, and they aren't skimping. Perhaps expecting some kind of Tech-9 force buy with nades coming out from Fnatic. We've seen Fnatic do that in the past. So TSM, they decide not to mess around. They go for straight rifles right off the bat. They want to be the best equipped that they possibly can be. And there you go, Pronax just leading the charge. Flusha there as well to get a kill. TSM, and they're just holding barely here. Device doing big work, but he gets taken out by Crims. And it's finally Xyp9x to rotate over and pick up a kill thanks to that P90. That was a very effective, for the investment, that was a very effective round coming out for Fnatic. 3 kills like that is big. That's going to make TSM spend a lot of money on this next round.
What if Device didn't go big?
Oh, we could have seen Fnatic win.
Yeah.
Hey, that's always a real risk when you're dealing with Fnatic, that's for sure. That's just very good work put on the board there still. And Fnatic now, they get a bit of bonus money from those kills to begin with. But they also, because of that plant in the initial round, they get the AKs to go with some nades as well. Device playing JW, basically. Holding very close. And now we get to learn a little bit of what TSM have in store for us on their CT side. Who's going to be holding where, etc. Cajun holding up close to Pop, having traded positions with Device, is going to get to overwhelmed. He only gets the 1 kill out of that. And now? Yeah. And now it's actually pretty even. 4 on 4. Kerrigan down to 7 HP, but JW down to 15. It's pretty much dead even right now between these two teams. Where are Fnatic going to elect to go, however? They still have 3 smoke nades, so they could try and set something up. But they're still kind of like hanging around. They were hanging around thinking about going up into White Halls, but they're still around T main right now. 35 seconds left. They're kind of running out of time. A bit late in the round to be having a meeting. And Pronax getting caught out by Debris and Ivy. That's one of the pincers gone. It's going to be the straight up lurk approach right now. Straight scrim and 20 seconds left. And Fnatic are going to run, or at least walk out onto this A site. They don't know where anybody's holding, and Kerrigan up in sniper right now could be in a perfect position to just catch them out as they go into the open. Will he be able to line it up? He will not. Yes, he will. There's the crossfire setup. Dupree and Kerrigan strike, and with 9 seconds left, the bomb gets dropped out in the open, and JW is left all by his lonesome. If he can make a quick getaway here, if he can live, this would be good. With 1 second left, he's definitely not got time to get that bomb plant or the kills. So he saves his AK, he saves the Kevlar, he has $350, so he can buy a smoke nade if he wants it.
Fnatic really relied on Pronax in that round. He went all alone on Ali, tried to get the A split, but yep, he died.
Now I have to see the standard setup here. Device once again holding the main line early on Cajun B with that connector shot, and now it's going to be Xyp9x holding the B side solo. All 5 members rather for Fnatic. Nobody left to lurk around. They've got all 5 guys up in Brown Halls right now looking to collapse from 2 different angles onto this site. 3 guys going upper, 2 going lower, and Cajun, he just barely gets in position with this AWP. But Xyp9x has spotted legs. And Cajun takes the shot but misses. Instead it's Device who's rotated over now to give a hand. He gets caught out at range. JW bringing that AK to bear. Going to try and run across, and Crim's going to open it up. They line it up, but the Kevlar saves JW. He takes that fight straight up and brings this back to a 2-on-2. They're going to be able to get the bomb plant safe as well. And Flusha pushing very aggressively here. This could work out wonderfully for him. Can he find that angle? Oh, they turn just in the nick of time to catch him out. And now it's JW just alone, and it's almost to a point where he should just be looking to save his AK, because winning a 2v1 right now, it's going to get tricky. We'll see if he can actually catch Dupree off guard. This could be big, and he will. Perfect headshot onto Dupree, just locks on, and then no chance at all for Kerrigan to get onto that bomb plant. Once JW's basically established control and turned it into a 1v1, he's in the worst position possible for Kerrigan to deal with.
Yeah, that's a huge round for someone to just save an AK as well. 4 headshots, also getting the bomb plant down, so props.
Props, mad props, yo, mad. Mad props.
Now we see TSM being on an eco. Device making the best of it though.
Boom, and then Kerrigan trying to put pressure out basically early. That's not going to happen. Excuse me. Schneider catches out Cajun though, and now it's going to be Device holding in Pop Dog alone. Quickly cleaned up there by Schneider, so Decent recovery by Fnatic. They've got 9 rounds on the board right now, running it back versus TSM, who after that eco decided to go for the force rifle buy. So this is going to be a bit of a stretch here, TSM. Device had enough for a full buy, but then Dupree had to skimp on the helmet armor. They're skimping on helmet armor right now. And Cajun, this is what I don't understand. Why does he go for the helmet? He can afford to get a smoke nade instead of that helmet. They're all running AKs on that side. And he has to be assuming that they're running AKs. And even if there's like one Galil, that smoke could probably make the difference. Smoke or HE or something useful. Cajun's just like, nah, I'm going full Muslim. You know that it took like Muslim weeks before he even started using nades?
Yeah, he actually ranked up to DMG without using nades.
Yep, that's like insane, right? Yeah, I love demo. Alright, but good information gathering here from JW, actually spotting out that there's a man holding on site and a man holding over on lower alley. So that's not too shabby. That's a good job well done there by JW. Would have been nice to get a kill on top of it, but still, Fnatic have something to go off of now at this point. And now we get to find out, what is the play? Oh. Calling for a stop? What? What? What is this? What?
Question mark.
Well, that's confusing.
Yeah. Incredibly. But okay, I guess it's gonna start off like in the beginning of that round.
Well, guys who just kind of like stick on standard.
When did things get so complicated?
I don't know, man. There's like degrees now, because it used to be like, okay, they're ecoing, they're ecoing.
Eco, deco,
yeah,
like deagle eco.
But that's
and
like
then you had like
right?
force buy and full buy. That was like all that was. Okay, so Cajun getting 2 entries in this round, really paying off.
Boom. And, oh, nicely done there by Kerrigan, winning that duel outright versus Flush. I thought Flush had him dead to rights, but that's not going to matter. Now it's going to be Kerrigan living with 2 HP, just barely squeaking through. Zipmix already going through the backstab. JW now trying to work his way onto this A site. He's got the bomb with him. He's got a minute to play with as well. He's got his AWP. He's got his trusty, beloved AWP, but he misses the shot. And he's going to get caught out, but he hits that shot onto Zipmix. And that's the thing, man. You got to be afraid. You just have to be so scared of facing JW at any moment. It's just like instant death.
If you show a hair, he's gonna give you a haircut.
Yeah, exactly. He'll part it down the middle.
He's gonna give you 2.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? Snip.
He's like Robin Hood with the op.
Exactly. He'll put one bullet through another bullet.
Like if Robin Hood is scary with a bow and arrow, imagine him with the op.
Dude, it was a big green gun. With guys, you know, wearing green tights. It would have been so color coordinated and perfect, Dan. Andre, come on.
Yeah. Someone make a movie. No.
Serious.
Nolan, please.
Yeah, we need like the Michael Bay music as well. Op comes out. Brrr, 10 seconds left. I think JW's left this a bit too late. He's really hoping that he's faked them out, made them think that he's going to the B site, but that's very thorough play coming from TSM, making sure that they left a man on each site, and Zipmix in a spot that, you know, JW just didn't have time to check.
That was wrong. That round was a lot quicker than the one we didn't get to see. The one we didn't get to see was like, I guess that was probably because someone had technical difficulties or issues. Probably because that was way faster than the round that got disconnected.
Well, one thing to take away from this is that TSM managed to actually save themselves basically from the brink of an eco and allowing Fnatic to tie things up. Instead, now we are at 9-12. TSM 3 rounds in the lead. Healthy lead, so to speak, but they lose the man. They lose Zipnix early on that B site, so that's not going to help things here for the defense. Fnatic, well, JW essentially already opening things up here. Now smoke onto lower. Standard fare, device holding in pop dog a la JW. Hoping to catch somebody trying to rotate towards that A site. But right now, Fnatic, they really don't have to. They can try and lean on this B site if they want to. They can try and execute onto it. Schneider tries to work his way out through A main. Device is there to catch him, however. And so
they're going to push low.
Exactly. Now begins the push, and they spot out Kerrigan, who's holding a clever angle right by the bomb train. Cajun to take out Crims as well, holding these long alleys to the off paradise. Cajun with the 2nd kill, and there's JW. But does he win the battle versus Cajun? Who wins? Who's got the most patience, essentially? Well, JW never been a very patient man, and unfortunately for him, that bomb was dropped out in the open, So Cajun, he didn't need to go and hunt for JW. All he had to do was keep his crosshairs on that bomb, because sooner or later JW was going to have to go and try and pick it up.
Yeah, I just want to put some light on JW's 29 kills. They got 9 rounds and he's got 29 kills.
Yeah, but it's like similar to what we saw on Cash as well, right? JW doing good work.
Yeah, he's on fire.
He's on point tonight. The rest of them, though, definitely lagging behind. A real struggle so far. And Schneider once again tries to push out, trying to draw the attention to himself, but Crims, I think, got spotted there. Shots going through from Device. He holds his ground, and he manages to pick up the one. Still alive as well. Just barely falling back, getting caught on the train. And what was that headshot on the JW Device? That should not be allowed. Schneider is now alone, having rotated around, but he gets picked off by Cajun, and that's going to be a 14th round on the board for TSM. 2 rounds away from qualifying for the Fragbite Masters LAN finals happening next weekend here from Stockholm.
Yeah, you can see that the players haven't played the map as much as they have the other maps, obviously, because you see how he gets stuck here. That's because he doesn't know the map inside out.
Yeah.
So if you put him on Dust 2, he could probably be blindfolded and still get a plant perfectly because he knows the map so well. But on this map, they don't know the details yet.
No, what they do is still know how to throw an HE.
Yeah.
And Cajun, aggressive peek into Brown Halls, gets picked off. That's an AWP that JW could have to play with later on if he wants it. Flusha is going to be the one saving it for now. And Flusha, perfectly capable opera in his own right. Crims to take out Dupree, though, and that's over at Alley. So now this is going to be a bit tricky for TSM. Where do they think Fnatic are coming from at this point? They've lost a man on each side of the site, or of the map, respectively. So not very pleasant situation for the Danes, and JW catching out Kerrigan isn't going to help things either, but that kind of gives it away now. 2 players very quickly out for Pop Dog. Crims to get picked off an Alley, so at least Device has a little bit of room to work with over there. But Zipnix gets smoked out in Connector, and Fnatic have pretty much got full control of this A side at this point. The one thing that they lack, essentially, is knowledge as to where Device is playing from. And you can see that by Schneider walking past Alley, not checking it. They just don't know where Device is. So this is a bit tricky for them. And it might be, this is going to be a situation, basically, where TSM, they elect to hold.
I think if you go to the left side of Schneider here, you can probably see his barrel, but obviously you can't. Well, he kind of knows where he's supposed to aim, at least.
Ooh, and just the tip.
Device, is he... like, it kind of feels like he's lagged out or something.
Just the tip. Look at that.
Peekaboo.
The Schneider check, though.
If JW goes there, he's probably going to see it. He has an eye for detail.
Ah! Oh, that's brilliant. You see that moment, too, where he's just like, wait! There's somebody hiding there. Zipnix, though, he will not suffer his teammate's fate. He will live on to hold on to an M4, and he could potentially pass that over to Cajun as well. Or he can drop the op. That's also an option. Gives that over to Cajun. Double AWP, actually. Kerrigan going glass cannon, so they go for the double op here. This is going to be interesting. Where do they elect to take them early on? Kerrigan going to take it perhaps to Alley. Cajun going to take his straight into Connector, so they really are looking to try and catch somebody out here on the A side very early on. And Kerrigan, oh man, that peak. Not going to readjust his aim in time. So slow when you walk in scoped as well. And without Kevlar, I mean, that's the thing. Why does he go for the aggressive peek when he doesn't have Kevlar? He can't take a hit. He's like a porcelain vase. And JW is there to take out Device as well. This is not shaping up to be a pretty fun round here for TSM. Although, as I say that, Dupree does take out JW. So fine kill there to bring things back into control somewhat. Still a man down, but it's better than it was a moment ago for TSM. And now it gets really scary here for TSM, basically. They got to make the right call. Fnatic still have such... well, they still have the manpower, and they still have plenty of nades as well. So you can see Dupree trying to get into this, like, catch-all position. He's like, okay, A main, Pop Dog, I can catch them all. If they come through here, I might be able to line them up. Decides to close it off, but he's going to be able to react fairly quickly. Cajun still with that AWP, decides to go over towards the B site, and this is probably off of Schneider making some noise over there. Dupree, no idea what was crossing his mind, but that was a fantastic shot by Pronax to open things up.
A good read from Pronax.
And that's going to be basically TSM, both of these players once again trying to save their guns, but you already have men on the hunt. Crims in the back lines, he's going to be able to get into CT if he wants to, but he decides to smoke it off. instead. So he's going to be holding the angle, trying to find something to work with here.
Maybe some tape.
I mean, there's got to be some duct tape on a site like this, right? But notice it's like the same. No.
Hmm?
No. I think that's wrong. I thought that was the same heart that's on Season.
Oh, the one to the left?
Yeah, you know, that's on the windows there. Might be full of it, though. Regardless.
Screw this game. Go on to Season and see if it's there.
Yeah. That's what phones are for.
Great shot from Cajun. And he manages to save it, but his teammates don't really have anything to work with. And it's going to be interesting to see if they actually... They're probably going to go with a eco and just rely on Cajun getting the kills.
Now, am I insane or am I not insane? I think I might be insane.
Old news.
Hardy har.
Great shot from Cajun. Also hitting Pronax, I think. Yeah.
What are you saying yes to?
To to Cajun hitting Pronax. As well as getting the entry on JW.
You know, I'm never going to understand that, right? When, like, up north where they're like, and that's like, yes. What? Swedes? Crazy Swedes. All right. Well, that's Cajun. I mean, the only man to have held onto a gun, it looks like, and he's got that AWP. So, starts off strong, takes out JW. And now, this gives TSM just a little bit of breathing room. Very nice Molotov there by Flusher, though. I do like that one. Gets up behind. Could be a bit more effective because you can bounce it off the back train. If there is a way to bounce it off the back train so that it lands right at the back of the train instead. So you really have no room to move, but still effective in its own right. And Cajun will manage to pick up Schneider as well. So getting 2 kills, Pronax low. They could actually get some damage in here, TSM. They've got that P250 as well, and there you go. Dupree puts it to good use, picks up the 1. Zipmix holding, trying to get that AWP, but the Vice is going to be the one to snag it. Vice is like, yo, that's mine, bro. 2-on-3, and there's the shot. The Vice to pick it up, and this could be the big round for TSM. Crim's alone 1v3, trying to spot them out, but they're already defusing that bomb, and with the kit on Zipmix, they get it done. 15 rounds for TSM, and they win the eco round. Fnatic, what is going on? Cajun B also nearly dropping a 30 bomb, just saying.
Yeah, and Cajun B really getting his, getting the work done there. Getting the entry, double entry, I think. And yeah, that was a good save from him, obviously.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario, basically. That's why you hunt rifles, because a single rifle can win a round. That AWP making all of the difference there for TSM. Cajun just doing a maestro's job. Now, well, that leaves Fnatic in a bit of a tight spot. Fnatic, now they have all the pressure on them. Talk about the turnaround. Can they run it back here? 4 rounds left to go for overtime. Not the best scenario here for Fnatic at all. And so now the push begins, essentially. 1 minute left on this clock. Flash in from Device. He hears no response, so he doesn't decide to peek. Now he could actually get into the back lines pretty quickly here. There's still Pronax, though, holding at the back of T-Main. Waiting to see if anybody's decided to peek through alley or, like, push through alley. He's not going to find anything there, however. Such patient play from both of these teams, but it's JW getting tagged down low already. Man in connector. That's Cajun B with the AWP there. But there's also Zipmix close, and Device walks right into Crims, expecting that backstab, and now it begins. Pronax tries to put the pressure onto this A site, and this is going to be the rotate coming out here. They could go through Pop Dog, but they decide to go back towards B instead because they got the kills. They've opened everything up, and they've also got the rotations. Fnatic, so TSM now in a bit of a tight spot here. They are stuck. They've got 2 players remaining. Schneider spots out the 1, Flusher to get that kill on his Zipmix. Schneider staying alive, and with that bomb getting planted now, it leaves Cajun B once again the only man alive here, but not for long. Crims will find him, and that is a perfect round for Fnatic. 3 to go, like that.
Good to see this Pronax stepping it up and really handling the recoil better than they did on high back in CT when they played CT. So it's good to see that the presumed in-game leader. I don't even know if he's the in-game leader right now.
Yeah, that is the question.
The captain, we can call him.
But then Devil Walker's the captain, man.
Is he really?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh.
See, man?
The Nations Cup, like World Championship Swedish captain. I mean, haha.
Haha.
Okay, this is gonna be... Oh, nice shot from Pronax.
Not looking, yeah. Pronax still kind of fired up here. He's decided I gotta take matters into my own hands. Gotta keep my team in this. We don't want to go down into the lower bracket to face whoever is waiting for us down there. That might be Envy down there as well, so that could get nasty pretty quick.
If they manage to beat Acer, which they should on paper.
I don't know, man. Envy these days.
And Acer these days, they've been good.
Acer have been pretty good. Gotta give them that. Whoa, that was that was Schneider flipping out basically.
Surprise, surprise.
Flying Cajun. And Cajun will hold that AK. They go for the A-bomb plant instead here now, realizing that, wait, there's a guy with an AK over here on the B side, so maybe we shouldn't hang. It's not going to stop Pronax from holding the backside, however. He's actually going to push in here. Nicely done there by Pronax. Fully commits, steps out into the open, takes the fight with Cajun and wins it. So, 2 rounds now left for Fnatic. If they can manage to run this back and get the overtime. What is the call, though? And it's going to be a straight buy immediately. $7,000, nearly $8,000 spent by Cajun in this round. And that still leaves him with a Galil. Well, with a glass cannon, rather. It's going to be a double op, though. Dupree has an op now. Device goes for a UMP. What are we witnessing? Dupree holding that long line back into A main. And once again, Fnatic going for pretty much the standard tried and true as far as they're concerned. Crim's holding solo over by Ali, Pronax waiting in T main, and then the other two, or the other 3 rather, kind of spread out towards the B site, with a couple in Pop Dog as well. But Dupree, at least they'll figure out now that there's one AWP holding here by Ali. That's Crims, who kind of gets boxed in. And he actually smokes it so he can get out of there. So, bit of a tricky spot, but Cage is going to find the one-man JW peeking out. So, entry kill there, but Crims returns, takes out Device. And that was through the smoke here at Ali, so a bit of a lucky break for Crims. He's expecting that second shot to go through, and he's not going to get it. Trading fairly, trading evenly so far. 4-4 alive right now. And with 45 seconds left on the clock, Fnatic are starting to run out of time here. They need to start making a bit of a play. And they still have the setup for the A site. Bomb is now making its way through Pop Dog as well. Schneider is there holding. And now does Kerrigan, does this position pay off? Up on that train. Does he get the free kill? Does he look for it? He could. They have no idea that he's up here. He is just... They're walking right past. He sees the nade go past, though. Sees Schneider. Free kill there. Does Schneider turn around? Does he look to his back? He needs to make sure that he's not going to get shot in the back right now, and he drops off. Looking to deny that bomb plant, but he takes the fight instead and fails it miserably. Pronax is there, alive with 14 HP. And this is so awkward now. Retake with double op. It gets very tough indeed for TSM. Flush try to take out Zipnix, but Cajun B strikes back. That leaves a 2-on-2 now. Both of them with AWPs. And now Crims trying to push in. He's going to get that flank, but he turns around. What a flick from Dupree! That could save it all. Although, as I say that, Pronax steps out and gets the double kill. He saves the day just in time. But what an insane shot by Dupree.
That was crazy. I want to see that again.
Please. Bravo boost. Make it happen.
Bam.
Yeah, it just goes straight dead on. Fair. I mean, he was like, I bet you he was like half swipe going to the left again as well when that happened. So, god damn, talk about the reverse. Now, oh wow, 30 rounds here on train. Fnatic, they don't give up. They battle their way back into this. And TSM now in the 30th round going for a force buy. 3 guys with pistols, a FAMAS, and a scout on Cajun. And this is very difficult now for TSM. Will they find a way? Fnatic once again going for the same standard setup. Nothing crazy there. JW going for the pop flash, and somehow Device gets caught by that. It's like the oldest pop flash ever. What?
He's so he's such a troll.
Now I'm here. Now I'm not. Device. He's like, what is going on? I just want your AWP, bro. But then Cajun's like, the ultimate hipster. Ops are overrated. It's all about the scout. Gets the headshot on Flusha. Bit of a failed pop flash there by Dupree, though. Crim's still holding at alley. And once again, it looks like Fnatic want to go towards this A site. Schneider drops down, gets caught out by Device. And we still have Dupree holding close. Instant headshot onto Crims. This is falling apart now for Fnatic. A 2-on-5 situation. Pronax goes running past. Once again, not realizing that Kerrigan was holding on high. He's dropped down to 18 HP now. 1v4. He's getting pinned out in the open as well. The device just drawing the attention, and Cajun to get the final kill. They managed